Hello everyone, Too Late to Succeed here with a new money making video. Now, some of you might have already guessed what the method is based on the thumbnail of this video, and especially since this method has been covered on YouTube many times before, but I wanted to give you an updated version of it and at the same time talk about my other series called Free to Play to 1 billion GP. I've received a lot of questions about that and I want to clarify a few things before I release the second video. I'll let the money making video roll on the background so you could see me making the money from this method and you wouldn't think that it's some hypothetical method that is not really viable. Before we get into this method, I want to let you know that if you saw this thumbnail and realized what the method is, then that is great, but don't go ahead and immediately start trying this out. Just hear me out first. You will not benefit as much as I'm mentioning in this title if you do that. So let me explain to you how I do this and hopefully a few tips on how you can increase your profit per hour. For those who don't know what this method is, we are buying half keys from Grand Exchange, combining them and selling them back. Currently margin for these keys is 950 GP, meaning that each combined key will profit you almost 1000 GP. You can combine approximately one key per second. You might wonder if this is such a great method, why isn't everyone doing this? But here's the catch. The profit margins really vary quite a lot. Sometimes this method can net you about 400,000 GP per hour, and sometimes you can get up to 5 to 6 million GP per hour. This is fully dependent on the current prices in the GE. So what I recommend to do is that search in GE and try to find out what is the buying and selling prices for each part of the key, and then see what are the buying and selling prices for combined crystal keys. This is how you're gonna figure out what is the profit margin for every key combined. What I like to do is that I like to check the quick sell prices for both of the key parts and then set up my own buy order. This way I will make sure that I buy for the cheapest possible prices, and this will allow me to have higher margins per combined key. Another thing that I would recommend is that do not set up your buy orders immediately, but wait for 10-15 minutes and check regularly how the prices change, because one thing that I've noticed is that prices change quite a lot and quite fast. For example, at one time when I was buying these keys were going for 12.5 thousand, and 2 minutes later I saw that the prices had dropped for 11.2 thousand GP, and you can see that there's already 1000 GP difference. This is why I'd recommend you to checking the prices for 10-15 minutes and see what is the lowest price that key drops, and then set up a buy order for the lower price. It might take you a bit longer to buy those keys, but then again you will make way more money on these keys. On this video, I thought I had enough keys to do this method for 1 hour, but I was pleasantly surprised to see that you actually can make way more money per hour, which is why I stopped this at 30 minutes mark so I can just multiply it by 2 and figure out how much money we can make per hour. While the money making method is rolling on the background, I'll quickly talk about the giveaways that I've been hosting as well as the series that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Let's start with the giveaways. I just wanted to say that you guys have been pretty incredible when it comes to subscribing and leaving comments on my videos. We are very close to 200 subscribers, at which point we will host 50 million GP giveaway. More about this at the end of this video. Now let's talk about the series that I just recently started on my channel called Free to Play to 1 billion GP. One of the most common questions were that how am I gonna make 1 billion GP in free to play world? Just to clarify, as well as if you watched my previous video till the end, you should have seen that I purchased a bond, meaning that my intention was not to stay free to play, but instead start as a free to play and make money to purchase the bond and get to 1 billion GP with no help from anyone else. And on top of that, the only way I can make money on that character has to be through money making methods and flipping. So no bossing, no raids, no enemy killing allowed. Another question that I received was that how big portion of my money is gonna come from flipping and how much money I'm gonna make through money making methods. And this is probably quite hard for me to estimate, but I would guess that it's gonna be 25% from money making methods, meaning that we're gonna make 250 million GP, and 750 million GP is gonna come through flipping. But content wise, I'm gonna try to keep it 75% money making methods and 25% of all of my flips that I managed to do in order to make 1 billion GP. This is how I'm gonna try to keep these series more entertaining instead of just showing you my flips from the Grand Exchange. Now, quickly going back to the money making method that we're showing in the background, we managed to make 1978 crystal keys, and since the margin was 950 GP each, we made about 1.8 million GP in 30 minutes, multiplying that with 2 to get profit per 60 minutes, and that's gonna be 3.7 million GP per hour. So as you can see, you can almost make 4 million GP per hour, meaning that this is probably one of the best, if not the best, money making method with no requirements available in-game. And if you want to take this money making method a step further, I'm going to show you another money making method with these keys. You can use these keys on opening chests that usually are very profitable, and I tried it out with 100 keys before I started recording this video, and I actually made 100,000 GP from 100 keys. However, as a spoiler alert, we lost quite a bit of money during this session, and I'll show you the loss at the end of this video, but as a reminder, always check the prices from the Grand Exchange before you start doing anything. I would recommend selling the keys to Grand Exchange if those cost more than 25,000 GP. If those keys are between 22 and 23,000 GP, you might as well try your luck and see how much money you can make. What I've done here is that I have moved my house to Taverley, and I'm using house teleport tabs to teleport to my house, exit and run to the chest, which reduces the time spent on traveling. Keep in mind that house teleporting tabs cost money as well, so for every trip you're gonna lose approximately 1000 GP on 2 teleporting tabs. We managed to use exactly 500 keys in 1 hour, meaning that if you could get 1000 GP profit per key, you could make 500,000 GP per hour. But like I said, we actually lost quite a bit of money, so we lost about 600,000 GP in 1 hour. After this video goes live, prices might fluctuate even harder, so I would recommend that you would hold off for a week or two and come back to this method in a few weeks when the prices have stabilized a little bit. Now that we've talked about these money making methods, I also wanted to let you know how you could make money by helping me out. So I'm currently looking for money making methods for my new series. What I want you to do is that I want you to contact me in game to my free to play to 1 billion account and let me know money making methods that are not popular enough but generate more than 500,000 GP per hour. If you are the first one to recommend that method and it is actually a viable method and I can do it for the next 4 or 5 hours, and I will pay you whatever that money making method would have generated in 5 hours. So let's say that if you tell me about a money making method that generates 1 million GP per hour, and I can actually replicate that and generate 1 million GP per hour, I will pay you 5 million GP. If the money making method that you're letting me know is generating only 500,000 GP, in that case I will pay you 2.5 million. So you get the idea, whatever I can make in 1 hour, I'll multiply that with 5 and give you that money. Again, keep in mind that you have to be the first one to recommend this method to me. If someone else has done it prior to you, or if I already know about this money making method, I will unfortunately not pay you. I will pay you if I use your money making method in one of my videos. So feel free to reach out to me in game or leave a comment on this YouTube video. Before I end this video, I wanted to remind you that I will be doing 50 million GP giveaway once we hit 200 subscribers, which we're not far from. So leave a comment and suggest how would you like me to do this giveaway. Because it looks like we're gonna hit 200 subscribers in no time, I wanted to remind you that there is 100 million GP giveaway once we hit 1000 subscribers. So don't forget to tell your friends, your parents, your grandparents to subscribe to my channel, and let's make this big giveaway party happen. And as always, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and see you guys on my next video. Thank you and peace out.